Hi, my dear friend in the air. This is Jue Ji. Today, I would like to continue to discuss with you contemplating on the selflessness of all phenomena. As we live in this world, we are surrounded by the great nature, the mountain, the trees, the river, the house, and they appear to us so real, so solid, that we regard them as not changing. However, the reality is not so, because the weather will change, the house will deteriorate, the river will change its path. There will be flooding sometimes, and then in summer times when there is no rain, the riverbed will dry. So things are changing all the time, and even just name the water by itself. The water has different forms in our daily life. Sometimes we like water, and then when the weather is dry, we want to drink water. But sometimes when it is very humid, we keep on perspiring, and we have to dry ourselves with towels. Water is sometimes good for our plant in the garden, but sometimes when it rains too much, it flooded our garden and it is no good. Even our emotions will change, and with the different forms of the same water. And as to the image of the self, that ever since we were born to this world, we are the children of our parents, and after we grown up, we find a job and we become the employees to our employer. And when we get married, we become the spouse of our partners. We are called husband or wife. And we have children, then we become parents, mother or father. So we have so many different titles to ourselves, different roles to play, even just this same one person. So in Buddhism, when we say that the contemplating on selflessness in all dharmas, further divide it into two parts, that this human being, this one person, has no solid role, and the phenomena that we are living among around our environment, that they are also changing all the time. And so our environment is also impermanent, has no such thing as a solid, unchanging self. And this no solid form of self, living in no solid form of environment, you can imagine how impermanent things will happen, and you can imagine how unsafe life would be. So when the Buddha talked about self, he says that actually there is no solid, substantial existence in this world. When we understand this, then we can accept ourselves that we are aging all the time, and we cannot control the process of our aging. And when we have emotions, we understand that under different circumstances, that our emotions will be challenged, and so that we have to learn to deal with the changing emotions, the changing environment, the changing roles of ourselves. And so when difficulties, challenges arise, we know how to deal with that. So in meditation, we just observe the changing of ourself. The temperature of ourself is changing when we meditate. Sometimes we feel very warm, sometimes very cold, and we cannot control it. We learn to observe it and accept it without ups and downs of emotions. So now let's meditate and contemplate on the selflessness of all phenomena. Inhale and exhale. Let's have both our palms at our heart center and pray. We understand that there is no solid existence of all things. We accept the reality that we cannot control everything and cannot control even ourselves. So we want to learn more about Buddha Dharma. We want to learn how the Buddha can calm down his mind when facing challenges and difficulties. He has walked on the spiritual path and attained enlightenment. So we want to follow his path. May all beings be happy. May all things go smoothly in our life. May our friends be happy and peaceful. May everyone be at ease.